plaintiff, Aviana Walker McCall, dated the defendant for 3 years. And while together, she found pictures of other females in the defendant's laptop, including naked pictures. Aviana insists the defendant is the father of her child, but he constantly denies it. So she petitioned the court for a paternity test. Defendant Deshaun Gowdy says not only did Aviana invade his privacy by going through his computer, but she also made a collage of all the pictures she found and made a fake Facebook page. Deshaun claims the only reason he ever doubted paternity of Aviana's baby is because she was constantly changing the date of conception.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Give me some background on the two of you.
Okay, well, me and Deshaun was dating for approximately 3 years.
Starting when?
Starting back in 2014.
14,
Yeah.
all right.
I say probably like the first year was perfect. After that, it started being a roller coaster. Wound up finding pictures inside of his computer of other females.
When was that?
This was, I say, end of last year. And after that, I wound up getting pregnant.
And what did you see on the pictures?
I saw it was naked, no
He and the lady?
Yes.
All right.
Hold on, those was before I even met her. She went in my laptop and started building collages of all the girls in the laptop. She started, collage. And then she made a phony Facebook page and started sending the pictures to all my friends, trying to make them her friends.
I did not. I told you and confronted you about it. You grabbed your stuff, you left.
Okay.
You leave 2 or 3 days, you come back, you leave, you be gone weeks.
Where did
Was he on crack?
I don't know. I don't know what his situation is, but
I
you
object.
always do that.
On crack?
No.
You do.
What's
you
all these
always do
disappearing
that.
acts for? That's a crack binge. What you leaving that long for? What you going that long for?
Yeah.
If you had to live with her, you would know what I had to go through.
But how many women did you see? He says you saw and made a collage.
Exactly.
It was a lot of women, but I did not make a collage. The one that I saw, she didn't have nothing on. Neither one of them had anything
The
on.
others, they were dressed.
Yes, they was
And
dressed.
he wasn't with them undressed.
No, it was just the picture.
All right. How about that? You remember that?
No.
Yeah, I told you about it. And
You
you
said it was one, now she's saying it was multiples. Prying into my laptop.
I know
My private property.
it's not private. It wasn't private.
Why wasn't it?
Because it was left there. I didn't take anything out of it.
That's your rationale. Why didn't you go in it? Because it was left there.
Yeah,
So
for a
anything
long
that's
time.
left, you go in it. Put your purses away, ladies.
No. I'm not a thief.
Well, don't leave.
I am not a thief.
Well, then you said anything
No, I
left.
just looked at
you
it.
go
I
in
just
it.
looked at it. I didn't take
You saying
anything
for
out of
your
there.
boyfriend, perhaps.
Yes,
That's what
that's
you were
the
looking
only-
your
the only
mates.
person.
All right. Go ahead, sir. You give me some background on the relationship.
Well, for the most of it, she's a drama queen.
No.
I mean, from the time we dated, started off until now. You talking about when we was 30 days in, and she comes to my house with a hickey on her neck, talking about she was drinking. She don't know what happened. She blacked out, I don't know. Then a few months after that, same thing, a hickey on her neck. She says, oh no, it was because of the weather. I wound up having a rash.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
It
it sounds good.
My skin.
No.
was right
Both
down.
times.
No, the first time it was a hickey, but
Thank you.
the second time it wasn't. But I wasn't cheating though. Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, you want to?
Exactly.
How did you get the hickey without
I had
cheating?
to look. Okay, long story short,
Curlers.
I had
It was
my
curlers.
ex.
No, come on. Let me hear
Okay,
this
I'm
live.
sorry.
I had my ex living in my house.
You had your ex living in your house.
Correct, but I
and
told
while
him.
you were asleep, go ahead.
Right. While
I
I was
know.
asleep. Yeah, but I was intoxicated, like he said.
And you were
but he
asleep.
was sleeping downstairs.
And that's all
I
he
was
wanted to
upstairs.
do is give you a little hickey.
No, it wasn't even like
Well,
that.
what happened?
I didn't do nothing with that man.
I
Nothing
know.
at
How
all.
did you get the hickey?
I woke up and it was there.
That's my point. All he wanted to do is give you a little hickey.
There. I swear
Thank
I
you.
didn't do nothing. I swear.
It gets better.
Go ahead.
Swear. What?
Okay. There was times when she picked me up from work and I'm tired and she wanted to talk and I don't want to talk. So if you don't want to talk to her, you're going to have a problem. We're on the expressway. She pulls off the expressway during rush hour, making me get out the car.
A lie.
Several
He
times.
is lying. You
Several times.
Yeah.
Were you the
Lying.
one on crack? Didn't you?
No, I'm not.
done that?
No, I did not. We
Never.
go to and from.
He says
no.
you've done it several times.
No,
Put him
I
out the
It
have
gets
car.
better than
No.
that. It gets better.
No,
ahead.
I have
Go to
not.
the dentist. I'm in the back seat with a gall in my mouth, and her daughter's in the front seat. And a girl goes past the car, and she said, "I'm cheating on her, looking at the girl."
Ooh,
I'm in the car
man.
in pain.
You was laying in the back seat. I
was
wasn't
looking
even
at the girl,
talking to
though.
you. I was talking to my daughter.
You talking about me though? You
No,
telling me
I
that's
was
some
not.
girl.
We was listening to the radio. You fell asleep in the back.
Okay. How about the time we went to the Cat Williams concert? A girl wanted to get on the elevator. She let her on, and the girl divides us up. Meanwhile, she threatens the girl, tell the girl, "You need to move around. Something will happen to you."
He is
So
lying.
the girl is scared and
He is
terrified.
lying.
I don't believe he's making all these things up.
I
Be
swear.
quiet and let him finish. Sir, talk to me. Let me know what you're saying
Yeah,
she did.
so that's just one of the 20 or 30 times that she did these things like this.
Why is the paternity in question, ma'am? Tell me about that.
Because he feels as if it's not his child. Like, some days it's his, some days it's not. It's a roller coaster. He called me one day when he went back to where he was living at after he left a couple of days. And he tells me he found his receipt from him going out of town. Oh, the baby is mine. I'm looking at my receipt right here from the airport. It's letting me know the dates add up. It confirmed. So with that being said, he also put a police report on me, order protection, so he wouldn't even have to babysit his own child.
So give me the history after the child was delivered.
I think her was probably like 5 months, maybe 5.5. He wound up leaving. Didn't call, didn't do nothing. Then asked him was I okay. Wasn't no food in the house.
Why did he leave?
He does that. If he feel he frustrated or if he's stressed out, he gets up and he go. He do what he want to do. He acts as if my door is revolving and I'm supposed to be on pause with my life and let him go and do whatever it is he want to do. He come back, okay, I'm done playing in the street. Here I go, surprise. But that's not how it's supposed to go.
Paternity came into question when?
After the baby was born. The baby don't look like him. The baby don't look like me. The baby don't look like nobody. I'm serious. Like, I have pictures, but at first, like, the baby had some, similarities to me. He has his ears, my eyes, my daughter's eyes, of course. But after that, as far as the baby is like light skinned, he was like, well, the baby got good hair. It can't be my baby. Then on days, it is my baby. It's just like, it's
You
up
have
and
the
down.
pictures?
Yes, I do.
Let's see. And by the way, looks skip generations. You don't have to look like the father or the mother. Could look like the grandmother, the great grandmother, the grandfather, the great grandfather.
Okay, thank you.
Looks very much like him to me.
Hello?
Looks very much like him. Cheeks, everything.
Yep. Eat like him too.
That baby look like you.
See?
That baby looks just like
Hey,
you.
that's the same
Forehead,
thing I
everything. It looks just like you.
They're like the mother. The mother knows the bone structure.
You're gonna get on my nerve now. Keep trying to deny this baby, because that's what it amounts to now. You're trying to deny. Let me hear from you, sir,
Okay.
about why you think the child may or may not be yours.
Okay, around the time the baby was conceived, I went out of town. And when I came back, she was like, I should have left you when you was gone.
A lie.
I could have did better, some things of that nature. And so I'm asking her why the change of heart all of a sudden. So I'm in question about the baby because of that. Then she has guys from the job calling her on Messenger and things of that nature, like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Does that ever happen?
No.
I just don't believe he's making all this up. Go ahead.
And so it's times when we get into confrontation, she wind up talking about I want to sleep with your brother.
Oh, you lying.
Oh my goodness.
You are lying. No, I never said that. Stop it.
It sounds good.
No.
And so I'm asking her, how many weeks are you? First she's 4, then she's 7. And I'm like, make your mind up. So she's questioning the doctor. And the doctor goes off, your last whatever, like that. But she's like, well, I'm not going by the doctor because I'm not pregnant around this time. And so I'm like, well, make your mind up.
This discussion occur?
They wind up giving me 4 different
Thank you.
times. Like, they gave me, at first I was 5 weeks. Then they said I was 3 weeks. It was like a guesstimate.
And these are the things you were telling him?
Yeah, I was explaining to him what was going on.
Go ahead.
And so she also had 3 phones.
God, lie.
And one of the phones, if you touch it, it take a picture of you.
I have 3 phones.
And one of the phones got
That's
3
my
locks.
regular cell phone. They do that.
And they got 3 locks on it. One for the numbers, one for the pictures, and one for another section of the phone. Things of this nature, those questions about her being faithful and stuff like that. And so I'm like, what's really going on with her?
When did you first question the paternity?
When I went out of town.
During the pregnancy. Then.
Right. When I went out of town, I came back and she's supposed to be pregnant by me, but at the same time she quit me, saying I should have left when you was out of town.
No, it was a month later when I got pregnant after you came back from out of town. I got pregnant in May.
Did you ever question the paternity?
No, I don't have to. I
Never
know who
said
I'm sleeping
anything
with.
like what he's describing. Do you work?
Yes.
All right. Full time? I mean, is there any reason he wouldn't want to pay? It's not about that, is it? You don't think that that's
No,
what
I
this
should
is
hope
about?
not. No, but I
You think he honestly believes there's a question?
Yes, and I do think, because one time I had a job interview, so I text him and asked him could he watch the child. So with that being said, I get a ring at my doorbell. It's the sheriff's department. So I get served with order of protection, so I can't come around him. No contact by any means. So now you can't watch your child. I can't call you and tell you to buy the child some diapers. I'm not working. I'm not doing nothing right now. I'm with the baby.
You punched me in my face?
No, I did not. You lied. You fabricated. If I did that,
they came for nothing.
if I did that, no. If I did that, you would have came to court. It was dismissed. If I did all that to you, if I'm such this bad person, you would have came to court. It would have. It's not
always the case, ma'am.
Yeah.
You get the temporary restraining order for 30 days. You say, okay, hopefully she didn't cool out. I'm not going to go and follow up with it to cause any more problems. So that doesn't mean he made it up. Let's look at the paternity test. And what's you all's relationship like now? A friendship? Or
oh, no. He called me and told
parenthood?
me I was off probation. He back at the house now. He with Big Mama. You already
Now,
you know.
you can always, you can see what I go through. It's more like an ownership than a relationship, and that's why we always bump heads.
I can't tell
That's what I go through.
you at the house.
That's what I go through. That's what I go through.
So you all are living together now?
Oh, yes.
Something like that.
Good. Then the child will be well taken care of by 2 parents, should you be the father. And what do you think if you are? Are you happy with that or not? And what do you think if he's not? Are you nervous about that?
No,
or
I'm
what?
not. I know 100% that he the father.
Amen.
Oh, you the father.
Congratulations. Now don't go home and make another one tonight. You want to take care of what you got.
Oh, well, hopefully we continue our relationship and raise this child together.
Yeah, gonna go home and act like nothing happened.
I hope so. Can I get a hug?
Plaintiff Dawn Donald says she intended to only have a one-night stand with the defendant, but she ended up pregnant, so they stayed together. Dawn admits that she cheated on the defendant while she was pregnant, and as a result, the defendant has doubts about fathering her daughter, who is with her in court. So she petitioned the court for a DNA test. Defendant Kendall Hillman admits that he has doubts about fathering Dawn's 16-year-old daughter, but says he has always been there for her. Kendall claims whenever Dawn gets angry, she says he is not her child's father. So he's eager to find out the truth today.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
All right, and ma'am, you've petitioned the court for a DNA test. So let me hear from you first. Yes, ma'am.
I met Kendall in '99. Supposed to be a one-night stand. We ended up staying together. I ended up
What
pregnant.
do you mean it was supposed to be a one-night?
I was young.
Y'all stated that up front?
Promissory note.
Yeah, we were just drinking.
Yeah, this is a one-night stand. Sign right here.
Well,
I guess you had the condition.
Yeah, right.
If you're good, I'll come back. Because obviously he did. Go ahead.
But I ended up pregnant out the situation. So we decided to get together. I did cheat afterwards, knowing I was pregnant.
How long after?
About 7 months.
During the pregnancy?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. He was there. He was there to sign a birth certificate. He was there when I had her. He was there until she was 1. When she turned 2, he left. He went to prison. He didn't write no more. He didn't call.
Not true.
I mean, it's so much that's happened to the point where I'm here standing up for my daughter today. She's scared to let anybody get close. She says no man could ever hurt her due to her daddy or to broke her heart. I'm tired of all this hell and chaos. I just want it to be over with. I want her to know that he is her father, and I want him to know. Maybe if I didn't cheat, he would know. You know, I want to go somewhere in life. And obstacles like this, I got to overcome. I'm not going to get there because this is holding me back. I mean, I have 4 kids. The other 3 know who their dad is. She don't. He buys them stuff. She don't get nothing.
That's a lie.
It hurts.
His, for lack of a better term, disappearance out of her life, did it begin when he left for prison?
Yes, Judge. He was gone for 7 months. I mean, when he came...
That's all?
That's all.
Okay.
I mean, there's times he has stepped in. She goes to spend the night. She comes back. Every time she goes, it's BS. I got to get her. She stole this. She did this. She said this. She disrespectful. I mean...
Let me allow him to give some background, sir.
Everything she said was true, other than the fact that I don't take care of my child. I try to be involved in her life as much as I possibly can. Due to the fact that me and her relationship broke up on bad terms, she told me what she told me as far as her dealing with other people. I did have doubts. I could have did more. I wish I would have did more. But we here, and I just want to get it behind me.
Why did you all wait so many years?
It wasn't my idea. If it was up to me, Your Honor,
Did you try? Did you ask?
I had my doubts. I'm not gonna lie, but
No, did you ask? Did you say, hey, I think we need to take a DNA test?
We talked about it, but nothing never really, you know what I'm saying?
Why?
Failed. I have no idea.
This probably comes from you all talking back and forth to each other and getting angry. On the other hand, ma'am, you were dealing with other folks during that time of your pregnancy. So if you're going to deal with somebody else during the pregnancy, certainly you might deal with somebody else right before the pregnancy.
If I'm honest with him and tell him, look, yeah, I was promiscuous, I did this. I have went to child support over and over. By him signing a birth certificate, there's nothing I could do other than him with me, us paying for it. It's 16 years. I've been trying to do this for 16 years. So one day I was laying there and I'm like, you know what? I watch you enough. Maybe I could go on there and he could help us out, all of us, because we need help. Our home, this is all broke.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find out how it occurred because he says he's been trying his best to be a father, but yet we have this question of paternity. And how did this come up? Let's go back to that. How did the paternity question come up?
Just like she said, she stated, it was doubts.
When? Starting when?
I was locked up. She came down to see me.
You're locked up for 7 months.
No, I was in the county. This is during the time I was in the county.
How long?
I was down there about 60 days before they shipped me off to.
Okay, even less. So.
Well, she brought that up. That has nothing to do with the case. This is when I found out she was dealing with other people. So, you know.
How did you find out?
Well, from her.
She's okay.
She told me. I asked her. She told me. So, and we here right now.
And that was how many years ago?
It's 16.
What are you laughing about?
I'm laughing because he's lying.
Well, that ain't nothing to laugh about. It's something to get bothered by.
I am bothered.
Your man in here lying about paternity issues with you after you've carried that baby, had that baby, raised that baby, and now you think it's funny. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't at all. Now, you say he signed his name to the birth certificate, and it sounds like you said you took him to child support services, so has he been paying child support over the years?
No, sir, he hasn't. He's been paying, but $13.84, $6.
That's what I was quoting.
How much?
$13.84, $6. I got paternity, not paternity, but child support from all the way back from 2012. Like, of course, I've got government assistance, so it will go to the state first. We really don't get nothing but like $2.
Let's see it, please.
We don't even get that no more because he has quit his job because child support takes his money.
Yeah.
So when's the last time you worked?
About a month ago.
What happened to the job?
I quit it.
Why?
Because they was taking all of my money. I got other kids. They was taking child support from me as
I don't want to
well.
hear no more. Stop. Let's get back to the issue at hand, because I'm about to go off on you. Here you go. When he quit his job because he had too many kids to take care of. Once again, ma'am, just from you, when did the discussion and how often was there a discussion regarding paternity?
The first time I said something was when I was 7 months pregnant. And I said, I slept around. And I mean, I understand if you wouldn't.
So how often has it come up? Because
Every
if he
time.
signed the birth certificate, at some point he believed it was his child.
Every time we get an argument, and that's probably twice a year, because that's when he sees her.
Yeah, that's
Your
my
Honor, one minute I'm
understanding.
the father, the next minute I'm not. I just got tired of it, you know.
You got tired of working. You told me what you got tired
Needs
of.
to be a man.
Now you're trying to get another.
That's
Now you're trying to get some more child support off your back. All right, let's see if he gonna get out this child support or whether he gonna pay. I'm glad you said this, that you quit your jobs for that. I'm definitely sending this to the judge. I'm definitely sending this. You going to jail. That statement gonna send you to jail. You can't not pay your child support. You're going to jail if this is your child. So let me repeat, you're going to jail because that's your child. You're going to jail. Have a good day. You're going to jail.
I told you I would never lie to you, baby. I'm just glad, Kendall, you're her father. Just step up and help me. It hurts. I don't have no bad blood with you. I never want to argue with you again. I just want to be done and over with. From this day forward, I'm finished.
I'm glad that you're my daughter. I've always loved you. I will continue to love you. I'm sorry I haven't been there as much as I possibly could, but I will. Start being there.
Look at my hug.
Daddy love you.
Plaintiff Portia Smith says the defendant is a rot, and when she was a child, the defendant regularly abused her. Portia claims a couple of months ago she and the defendant got into a fight and the defendant bit her lip. So Portia's suing her for a medical bill and pain and suffering. Defendant Patrice Brown says Portia's behavior was horrible as a child. And Patrice isn't even sure if her brother is Portia's biological father. Patrice petitioned the court for a DNA test, and she's countersuing for emotional distress and harassment.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Okay, I was born to crack addict parents. My mother had me while she was in prison. At 6 years old, my aunt's mother got me from HRS, my dad's mother.
Okay.
He's been locked up my whole life. I don't know anybody on my mom's side. And just my whole life has been turmoil and abuse with Miss Brown from
How
the
so?
age. Just from, like, she used to always tell me, you know, I love you, but I don't like you because mama treats you way better than she treated us when I was young. You know what I'm saying? And she used to beat me. Like, she would whip me till I had whelps, rub me down in alcohol.
Now, she was the head of the household?
No, sir, my grandmother.
Okay. Did your grandmother know she was doing this?
Yeah, she knows she was whipping me.
She
She
didn't
just
do
always, my grandma always went gambling and she would drop me off with my aunt.
I know, but when you came back and told your grandmother, what did she do?
Nothing.
She didn't do anything?
No, sir.
Okay. How long did that go on, the abuse from your aunt?
My life.
How old are you now?
I'm 29.
And she's still whooping you?
Yeah.
She lying. She
Yeah,
lying.
you suing her today, though.
she
You know what to do
lying.
now.
Yeah, I'm tired.
That's right. You
I'm
suing her
tired.
today, and that'll break that up.
Yeah,
You got a
it's
good
not
point
whooping.
there.
It's not whoopings
Hit
no
them
more. You
pockets.
biting me.
Hit that pocketbook.
Yeah.
Was she on drugs?
She does not like me.
Cause she was bad. being born to a crack mother, she was on Ritalin. When she came to my mother, she wasn't on Ritalin. And her behavior, horrible. My mother got her into counseling. She got her on Ritalin. She turned 18. She figured she don't need Ritalin no more, so she quit taking it.
She was all right when she was using Ritalin?
No, no, sir.
It didn't help her condition at all?
It helped some because she was able to sit still in school, but her behavior was horrible.
Well, if you knew she was on Ritalin, meaning she had some disorder,
yes,
then you're supposed to deal with it in a different way. But suppose you didn't, I suppose you didn't know any other way of dealing with it.
Yes, sir.
Like I used to get a whooping every day.
Yes, sir.
Every single day of my life. Because I had a touch of attention deficit as a kid. My mother didn't know how to handle it. I don't remember a day I get a whooping.
She didn't
and
get
I started
one every
running,
day.
huh?
She didn't get one every day.
Well, I got one every day. And I remember I would start running under the bed, getting all the way to the end of the wall, under the bed, so she couldn't get me. She went and got the broom. Was poking me. Flush me out. Flush me out. That's right. So I understand. Thank God you've survived it. How did you do with your life? Did you finish high school?
Yes, sir, I did.
Good. Did you go for any additional training?
I wanted to go to the Army, but my grandmother begged me not to go, so I didn't.
Okay.
I ended up getting in trouble. My dad that raised me passed away in 2008. So 2008 was a rough year for me.
Yeah.
I found my mother. My dad went back to prison. I found myself locked up for the first time. You know what I'm saying? So 2008 was real hard for me.
Go ahead, ma'am. Tell me why you're suing her for this, pain and suffering for an assault. Tell what happened.
On June 8th, my auntie came to where I reside, which is my grandmother's house, and she assaulted me. She pulled up, she hops out her truck. You come here. I'm going to talk to you like a grown woman, not a little girl. I said, okay. I sat on my grandmother's front porch with my aunt, and everything just erupted.
What were you all to talk about? Did you ever ask?
She was coming over there to put me out of my grandmother's house.
Why?
Not true. Not true.
Why do you think that was? Why did she say it was?
Because she feels like I'm taking advantage of my grandmother.
So when you all talk, how did it lead off? Tell me the conversation.
Why you keep coming back to my mama's house? She don't want you here. Them not her kids. You need to raise your own kids. I'm like, auntie, I understand that. I know. I'm not going to put my kids on my grandmother when she already raised me. She 84 years old. Okay, so then she went into, well, she ain't your mama. You need to go find your real mama. At that point,
not true.
I said, the conversation is over. I got up, went in the house, closed the door, and locked it. My auntie kicked the door in. Wow. I called the police. Now you steady following me through the house, cussing and yelling. Oh, this and this and that. Your mama ain't this. Your daddy ain't that. Yada, yada, yada.
She lying to you, Yana.
So now I'm on the phone with the police. When I get off the phone with them, I'm like, auntie, stop talking to me. Just leave me alone. You don't tell me what to say. I say what I want to say. I'm like, I'm not trying to tell you what to say. I'm just begging you to stop talking to me. So I walk out the house. Now I'm calling my grandma. I'm like, Grandma, I'm trying to leave. I called out her name again, but this H, you know what I'm saying, keep following me. Oh, I'm a H, but I'm a better mama than your mama was. At least I raised my kids. I turned around, I said, barely. She raised her hand and slapped me in my mouth. I blocked her hand.
Mercy.
When I blocked her hand, I moved to the side of her face to say, auntie, I'm not trying to fight you out here. She bit my lip and held on to it. That's when I grabbed her head. I'm biting you back so you'll let me go. Then she left.
Okay.
Before the police got there.
All right.
Then when they called her, she came back.
Let me hear your side.
Thank you, sir. My mother, 84 years old, cooked dinner for her every Sunday. She come to my house, she sit at my table and complain about the plaintiff. In January, my brother, who's supposed to be her father, she drawed a knife on him.
It was December.
He put her out my mother's house because he was living there. She came back in May.
Is this true? You pulled a knife on him?
Oh, yes, I did.
Why?
In December, because my father, who's never raised me, told me, he called me out of my name, B-word, I'll bust your head in front of my grandmother, and my dad is 6'5", 300 and something pounds, and I'm not about to let you put your hands on me.
That's not what my mama told me.
Okay, go ahead though, continue.
But anyway, she went back to my mother's house in May. June 1st come, my brother, he called me on a Thursday night. He said, you know, mama got them over in her house and they ain't paying no rent. I say, what? So I don't sleep Thursday night. Friday morning, 8 o'clock, I called my mother. And I reminded her how she charged me when I was a teenager. I got married at 16. But I went to her house Friday morning. So when I get there, I told her, I say, Portia, we're going to sit down and talk like two grown women. So we went on the porch. We sitting down talking. And I explained to her, first of all, this ain't even about you, Portia. The only reason we're having this conversation is because you're at my mama's house and she don't want you here. Anybody that's in my mama's house and she's uncomfortable, then I have a problem with that. She jumped up. She ran in the house and slammed the door.
And you kicked the door in?
I did.
And then what happened from there?
We went through the house. She's saying different stuff. We get outside. She stepped to me. I told her, you better back up off of me.
Then what?
You ever seen the movie,
No. Then what happened?
She grabbed me. She grabbed me by my face like Michael Corleone. She kissed me in my mouth, and her lip went in my mouth. I got a picture,
What
y'all.
they got to do with the Godfather?
Because he kissed Fredo in the mouth.
When he was getting ready
and
to
Fredo
kill him.
came up
letting
dead.
him know he was going to kill him because he
I
betrayed
thought it
him.
was the kiss of death. She kissed me in my mouth.
That was a kiss of love.
No, Fredo came up
Trying
dead.
to make up to you.
Fredo came. No,
Come on,
she ain't never
Auntie.
kissed me before.
How you do it?
Your Honor. When you ain't cussing me,
Held
calling
it
me
real
out.
firm.
Yeah.
But when you
I
not,
love you, Fredo. What did he say?
I knew it was you, Fredo.
I knew it was you, Fredo. I knew it was you.
that. But when she,
Did she say that?
no, she
No,
just
it was
kissed
a
me
kiss
in my
of
mouth.
love. Then what
She
happened?
she ain't never kissed me
Then
when
what
we
happened? Well,
wasn't
she
arguing.
had love in her heart that day.
Well, her lip went in my mouth.
That's even more love. Go
No,
ahead.
sir. No, Your Honor.
I'm kidding. Now, come
Yeah,
on. What
because-
happened after that?
I bit her lip.
Then what from there?
She snatched away from me because she couldn't get a grip on my lip. And when she snatched herself
Did you
away
touch her
from
face and hold her face and give
No,
her the
sir.
kiss of death?
No, sir.
How her
Anybody
lip
have
got in my
police
mouth?
reports?
I do too.
Let's see. What do you have there?
Police report. Thanks.
Just from that evening? And
Yes,
you
but
obviously have the same one, I
I
hope.
do. I do.
Fight.
Yes, all of these.
These are pretty graphic.
Yes.
And these two.
This is horrible. Oh, my
He
goodness.
got
Police poses a significant danger, risk protection order. I don't see a description of what happened. And your counterclaim is for what, ma'am?
Oh, the harassment. She go out on Facebook like she did with this picture and several other pictures, lying, accusing me of doing. I mean, I bit her, but it didn't happen the way she said it happened.
You petitioned the court for a DNA?
Yes, I did.
Why?
Because I don't know if she's my brother's child or not. And I have never
Where's
in
your
my
brother?
life.
Where's-
He in jail, waiting to be sentenced.
So who took the test?
My uncle.
My brother, my other brother, the one that's a year younger than me.
Let's see the results.
The results of the paternity test when we return.
First of all, young lady, let me tell you, you were retreating. You went in the house. You closed the door. You were trying to get away from a confrontation. She kicked the door in. That's why you're going to pay her $5,000.
Well, she was disrespectful.
$5,000
How
for the
you be
plaintiffs. The bad news is you all aren't related.
That mean I've been tortured my whole life for no reason if I'm not.
I ain't torture that girl. You need to take responsibility for your actions.
You need to take responsibility. You're a 60-year-old woman acting like a child, and I didn't bother you. Lying to DCF, talking about I give my kids stuff that I don't. You trying to get my
Lying.
kids taken from me. It's not a lie.
I'm trying to
It's
get
right
you
here.
out my mama's house.
First, I also
Get you
have
out
a
my
letter,
mama's
Your Honor,
house.
stating that I am okay to be at that house with a quit claim deed, stating that that's not my grandmother's house. It's her house and her siblings, and they said it was fine for me.
Whatever the
they
case, she's wrong the way
For
she's
kicking the
approaching
door in.
it. No, everything. You're wrong every kind of way.
How, Your
You're
Honor?
wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. The way you've treated this young lady who you know has been troubled and abandoned by her crack-addicted parents. and looking for someone to show her some love, and all you do is abuse her according to what she says. Now, I know I'm reading and believe what you told me, that you kick in doors.
I did.
Going after her over verbal confrontation. So you have abused this young lady, and what I would say is those who have treated you as family over the years, they are your family. Family isn't necessarily blood.
Yes, sir.
Family is the person who treats you like family.
And we've
that
treated
you
her
treat like
as
family.
such.
And everybody, sounds like your grandmother certainly treated you like family. She is your family. Don't worry about
That's
the
the only
blood.
mama I know, and she don't like it.
That's not
don't,
true.
Don't worry about the blood connection.
just
Worry
keep
about who
lying,
treated you
lying,
how.
lying.
All right? Here you go, ma'am. 5,000 for you, and yours is dismissed. Have a good day.
It's all good. She got what she want. She ain't my brother child. Told y'all looks can be deceiving.
I'm glad I'm not no kin to them. That's it.
Plaintiff Mark Creighton is married to the defendant, but when they first started dating, she cheated on him. Mark claims he has doubts about fathering the defendant's baby because he was told that the defendant also cheated on him with one of his relatives, so he petitioned the court for a DNA test. Defendant Haley Creighton admits that she cheated on Mark before they wed, but she confessed to it and says that was the only time she ever strayed. Haley insists Mark is her daughter's father, and she's eager to prove it to him today.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
All right. And, sir, you petitioned the court for a DNA test?
Yes, sir.
All right. And tell me why there's a question here. Give me some background.
Me and Haley, my wife, Haley Creighton, got married. We met back in 2016. And in 2017, she had actually just met somebody or messed with somebody else.
How long after you all got together did she do that?
Back in April.
No, it wasn't.
It's when she start, in your opinion, seeing another person or guy?
It was right.
Cheating?
It was soon after, yes.
Soon after what?
Soon after we got together.
All right. He can't even tell me the right time.
No.
Go ahead, sir. Now, she started cheating before marriage?
Yes.
And then you married her how long after?
We got married in October 4th, 2017.
Ma'am, you give me some background.
I met Mark in December of 2016. I moved in with him in February of 2017. I did cheat on him at the beginning, so it would have been like January. It was before I ever moved in with him. And I did admit to that, and we got married in October 4th, 2017. I got pregnant in November of 2017, and I had our daughter August 1st, 2018. With our age difference, his friends and stuff have been saying stuff, I guess, about me and him aren't good together, whatever. I don't really know. Nobody's ever said anything to me about it, so I can't really answer those questions. I don't know what people say. I don't know the reasons. I just know I did cheat on him in the beginning, but I haven't since then or since we've been together. And so I know it's his kid because I haven't cheated on him. I've never been with another African-American male in my life. My kid's biracial.
How long ago did you all break up?
Break up?
Oh,
We're not broke up. We're married.
Separated.
No, we're still together. We live together. Everything.
What y'all bring me this mess for here?
If I could have stated out the facts, Your Honor.
Pardon?
Can I state the facts out to you? Okay. Soon after we got together, she supposedly got this ride home from this fella, and I ended up catching up with the guy, and he said that they did mess around, and then I ended up putting them both together, and he said it right in front of her, and she denied it, and then later on down the road, she admitted to it, and all my friends.
I haven't been around that guy since.
All my friends and all my family a lot of my friends, my family members were saying that she was cheating on me.
Who don't know me?
And with another person in my family.
She was cheating with a family member of yours?
Yeah, that's what they say. So my whole thing is...
Did you mention that to her?
Yes.
And she denied it, obviously?
Yes.
Okay. And did you have a way to kind of corroborate it other than just one family member, or was the whole family gossiping about it? And
yes.
Where did they say they were getting the information? You got to dig a little deeper when someone tells you that.
Believe me, I did dig a lot deeper. It's just excluding certain people out of the situation. All I want to know is if you can lie to me from the beginning about the situation, then you can lie to me later on. It took you 6 months to tell me the truth, that you did cheat on me.
Then I don't.
So, hang on. So I'm talking, please. This kid situation is very important to me because I don't like raising kids that aren't mine. I've done it before. And I did it because they ended up being in my life too long. And I'm not going to keep doing it. And I just want to know if the kid is mine.
You know the kid is yours, so I don't.
And knowing health problems, situations like that, blood type, and liver, you know how many things are going on in this lifetime right now? Transplants need to be done. And
right now, the child?
No, I'm saying, no, in this lifetime.
Right.
No, we're here for this. And
I know, we're talking about that, and it has to do with her later on.
What do you mean here for this? He's projecting what the child might need. You're absolutely here for this.
And
Go ahead.
This is what this is all about. And if it's my kid, like I have been raising her, I love her with all my heart.
How old is the daughter now?
She's 2 months old, sir. So...
And so going back, if you count backwards, could it be, I guess that's 11 months, could it be? Was she, in your opinion, cheating 11 months ago?
To everything that's going around me at that time, yeah. I could only say.
The admission, when she admitted cheating, when was that?
It was a couple months before. It was like
I moved in with you.
What month did you admit cheating, ma'am?
I admitted cheating to him after I lived with him, but I cheated on him before I ever lived with him.
What month and year?
January of 2017.
Okay, January of 17. All right, so according to her, the timetable wouldn't fit from the time she cheated. But you are concerned perhaps if she cheated before, you want to be certain that she didn't cheat then. Because were you all married in January? No, you weren't married, but you got married shortly thereafter. And perhaps she had not rehabilitated herself from cheating. That's what you suspect, perhaps?
I don't want to put...
That's not the way to
that's,
put that.
To me, it's
hard to cheat when you're with the person 24/7.
All right. Sir? Well, I think, you may have a right to question it, and I liked what you were saying. No, if the child is yours, you want it to be in your life. On the other hand, you don't want to take care of someone else's child. And you haven't dated anyone since, she says, right? Okay. And you're not sure and you're convinced. Anything else you all want to tell me?
No.
All right, let's get the results and see. And how's your household now? You all still living together, and there's this question about that, and the household runs smoothly, and you all intend to remain married?
It's rough.
You're not trying to put him out?
Not right now.
Not right now, she said.
See how it goes afterwards.
Watch your back, or watch your things, your clothing. He ain't going nowhere soon. You're the father, sir.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Already
Come on. Come
knew.
here.
Do that one.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Uh-oh. Look at that. Oh, cutie. Wow.
That's all I wanted to know.
Cutie. Just told you.
Oh.
I knew.
If you knew who I am and know how I feel, you never said to me. You should just be. That's where you want peace. Thank you.
I have nothing to say yet. I already knew.
Plaintiff Tiante Dock and his girlfriend Jessica Henderson say Tiante dated the defendant And when she got pregnant, he thought he was the father, until the defendant's estranged husband called and said he was the father. He's suing for a stolen car and harassment, and he petitioned the court for a paternity test. Defendant LaTosha Peters insists she has not been intimate with her husband since 2016, so there's no way he could be her child's father. LaTosha's countersuing Tiante for emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Yeah, I started dating Tasha around April of 2017. She moved in. We moved in together. She was
When?
It was
How long
April.
after meeting her?
Probably a month.
That's not true.
How long was it?
It was August. We met in April and we moved in together in August.
Okay. Go ahead.
She would watch my kids while I was working, and it was back and forth, mutual. She started. She's married. I was still married too. She said she had got a divorce. Didn't get a divorce.
That's not true either.
Her husband called me at my job and told me that that he has a baby with her. Well, this whole time in the relationship, she's saying this baby belongs to me.
You went from we started dating, we moved in, to her husband started calling you, and to the baby isn't mine, and missed a lot there.
Well, we were dating, and I found out she was pregnant.
After she moved in, right?
After she moved in.
After she moves in, how long after do you find out she's pregnant?
2 months.
All right, and you had been dating her for 6 months at that time, or less, or
Yes,
approximately?
yeah, about that.
That's not true either.
All right, what was it?
We got together in April and I got pregnant in August.
Okay.
Right when we moved into the house together. We have been together 4 months.
Let's count those months. April to August.
That's 4 months.
4 months?
4 or 5, yes.
Okay. So, last I heard, you all been together, I'm going to say about 90 days. Even though she says it's 100 days or 120 days. So, 90 days you all were together. You find out she's pregnant. Do you all discuss who the child's father is?
She told me it was mine because we had been messing around. She said it was mine.
And she was still married.
She was still married, and so was I.
And you all were living together.
We were living together. So I was at work, and her husband called me and told me that that baby was his. I come home and
How did he even know about the baby?
Tasha had been going to his house, visiting. They have a kid together, so I mean.
She told him?
I don't know. But she told me that the kid was mine.
The man didn't tell you? He didn't say, I heard in the street, or my wife told me, or looks like she's pregnant?
No, he called me and said, this baby's mine.
I know, he had to get the information from somewhere, but nonetheless, you say you don't know. All right. So you don't know where he found out, and you didn't ask him. Who told you that? You didn't say that. You said, oh, you must have known already it was yours.
Well, I figured it was.
Okay. All right. So what did you tell him when he said that?
I said, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll talk to her about the situation.
Okay.
I talked to her about the situation. She said, no, it's yours, it's yours, it's yours. And she kept saying, you're the father, you're the father, you're the father. We got into an argument.
When? What month and year, or approximately?
2018, I think it was April.
April? About
April.
About April? Go ahead, you get into an argument, and then what?
She's saying that the baby's not mine. You know, it's not your baby.
Had been saying all along that it was.
Right, had been saying as long as mine.
So that's what brought this into question. All right, let me hear from you, ma'am.
I met Tiante in April of 2017. At first, he seemed like everything you could ever want in a man. He came off very perfect. He told me that he was a college graduate. I found out he'd never even graduated high school.
Was that before or after you moved in with him 30 days later?
I didn't.
90?
It doesn't matter.
However long, ma'am.
Within a couple of months.
Within a couple of months?
Yes.
You found out that he was defrauding you?
Yes.
Or lying to you and deceiving you?
We lived together. We moved into a house together in August of 2017. At that time, I was already pregnant. I had just found out that I was pregnant. I left my husband in February of 2017. So and I have not had any sexual relations with my husband since 2016. So definitely not even a possibility. I never told Tiante that he was not the father of my son. My husband never called him and said that he was the father of my son. The only contact I had with my husband was we have a child together, another child.
You asked your husband whether he called him?
I did.
And he said no?
He said no.
She's a habitual liar.
Okay.
You're the liar, Jessica.
Okay. Sir?
I have text messages, Facebook, stating that she said I'm not the father.
Saying that he has paternity tested the baby.
Look at my husband, AKA best friend with me and our kids. My son has a dad. Tiante ain't it, baby.
Next page. There's more. It's juicy.
My daughter had 2 coats I bought. It ain't Tiante's baby, point blank, period. I did ask about you taking Royal when I got out of jail. Who got out of jail?
She went to jail because she was harassing us and had our house shut up.
Wow.
Yes, thank you.
But was before DNA just proved my husband as his daddy. She says DNA even proved it.
Yeah, that was after
habitual liar.
Long argument
Ma'am, you
on
said
Facebook.
you never said it. Tell me about the stolen car and the harassment.
There's the report.
I left the property. The office. It was a joined house. Both our names was on the lease. I called the police and told them that she had broken into the house, and they said, "No, you can stay here. It's fine. You're resident here too." And I just I don't want to be involved with her coming in doing things. So I left. I came back home and my screens were pried off my windows, and my El Camino was missing. I called the police and made a report about the burglary. Made a police report about my car that's missing, and they just said they'll file it and have it on their hot sheet or whatever they were going to do. In the meantime, Tasha's sending me messages saying I got your car, I got your stuff, I got everything.
Is that true? You took his car?
I did not take his car, no.
Did you have someone take it?
No,
Here,
but I did
there's
say
more.
that I did.
You said that you did, but you didn't.
Yeah.
There's more. There's more. Sold it for parts.
Now, and you're playing games with your child's life. He's not your daddy. He is your daddy. You telling the baby that too, essentially.
No, I said that because my husband doesn't
I don't
take
care.
care
Don't
of him.
explain to me. Explain it to the baby when they find out.
I will.
When the baby, yeah, that's what you do. Say, I lied about who your daddy was. That's the type of mama I am. See how that work out for you. Sir, do you think she's saying this out of anger, or do you doubt that you're the real father?
I don't know.
Yeah, somebody put it on there. They ridicule you about not being the father. You're right. The harassment. How else? I know about the stolen car so far. Go ahead.
She came to my home. They chased us up my driveway with guns and let shots fired
Tell
in my
me
backyard.
what was the background on that? Give me
This
some
young
background.
woman put my address on Facebook. And
Why? Because of some type of
she's
jealousy
just evil.
or something?
I have the pictures right here that she put it on her Facebook.
Saying what?
It says 23rd Street and then my apartment number, location, pop out. So.
That is not true.
It's her Facebook. And then she was grateful for shooting my house up. She pled guilty to this in court, so keep lying.
She was picked up for it.
Thank you.
Ma'am, what do you have to say about
Well, we had kids in the house.
Not true.
What do you have to say about that?
Okay, the only thing that I have to say about that is I never...
Were you arrested and convicted? That's the only thing you can
pled
say
guilty,
about
yes.
that. All right, good
Yep.
enough. You were convicted.
Mhm.
All right, and
We don't even need
what else she have for me? She's admitted to being convicted.
Okay.
And she's admitted to not really knowing who the father is.
Okay.
But
We have
you
a
think it's
protective
yours,
order.
perhaps. All right, and I hope it's yours and you're able to get that child under your supervision or at least have a significant input on her life, because I think the child is at jeopardy if he's only with her. So I pray that it is your child, son. Now, what is it you want me to?
We have a protective order on her. She came to where we are
You've
at.
proven enough. She's been
harassing
convicted
us.
of shooting you up. You've said enough. Counterclaim. How do they owe you $4,500, ma'am.
Okay, throughout the entire relationship, Tiante cheated on me, which I have tons
All right, that's
of
not
evidence.
enough for emotional
He has
distress. I probably wouldn't
physically-
believe anything else you said. You've lied repeatedly in here.
I
You've
have
been convicted
pictures.
and you lied and lied and lied. I don't care what you got. Your lies, your perjury would alone cause you to lose the case.
I'd never told
Let's
him
go get the I want to hear another word from you. You came across as a liar from the beginning. What else you want to show me?
We found out later that
I
this woman
feel
is a
sorry for
prostitute.
the child. You all haven't called Child Protective Services on
My
her?
sister did.
Good.
They've called
No,
Child
we didn't.
Protective
She's a habitual
What?
liar.
I know she's a habitual
is.
liar. Everything she said
She
in here
is.
is a lie.
Later.
She went back on herself twice. Judgment for the plaintiff based on all the evidence, her admissions, and everything else I've seen. Your claim is dismissed, and he's the father, and please do all you can to get your baby, all right, out of her hands. Good luck.
She's not a good mother. Not at all. She shouldn't have any of her kids. You don't have the rest of your kids. That's why you don't have the rest of your kids, because you're a mom.
I think the judge handled the case well. You know, I've been fighting this for almost a year. And like I said, I lost everything. And I'm starting to get built back up, you know. But I gotta go get my kids. They're out of state behind what happened, but, you know, it worked for the best.
Plaintiff Kendall Miller says she's been in love with the defendant since she was 17, and they dated off and on for 10 years. Kendall claims the defendant was verbally abusive, and not only is she suing him for emotional distress, but she also petitioned the court for a DNA test because she claims the defendant suddenly started questioning the paternity of their child. Defendant Lexi Covington says he was always there for Kendall's daughter and never questioned paternity until the child was 2 years old, and Kendall said the baby may not be his. Lexi recently took a home DNA test, but he agreed to take another test because Kendall accused him of tampering with the test.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
All right, let's start with you.
I've been knowing Lexi for over 10 years. We've been on and off. Basically swept me off my feet. He has a hold on me. Every time we broke up, it's because he went to jail or because we were in different towns.
So he has a hold on you.
Yes, I just always been in love with him since I was 17 years old.
Oh, okay.
The last time we got back together was around 2003. From there on, we were on and off again. I was in a relationship, just verbal abuse. Always calling me out my name, making me feel bad about myself. The last relationship that I was in, he came back into my life, and immediately I left him just like that, just to be with him.
You left the other boyfriend
Yes,
just
sir.
like that. So they couldn't get a hold on you?
Not the way he does.
Not the way he did. You think anybody else is going to ever be able to get a hold
Of
on you?
course, of course.
Okay.
I mean, that was back then. I'm talking about.
When did he get the hold off of?
When he get the hold off of me, I would say.
I'm concerned, really. I want you to move on.
In 2012.
2012, that hold came
The
off
hold came
of
off.
Because you wouldn't have been suing him 5 years ago because he had a hold on you. So clearly, yeah, there is evidence, sir, that you no longer have a hold on her because you are being sued by her. All right. So since you all have broken up for good in 2012, what have things been like?
To be honest, things have been okay. The final cutoff with us was the day before we laid his father to rest. Out of nowhere, he just brings up a DNA test that you can buy at a local store. And what he fails to realize is that the day that we had my daughter, when they come in there and ask you, do you want to do a paternity test? I said right up and I said, yes, we need to do it right now because you knew I was in a relationship before I got with you. I wanted to get it over and done with, and he refused the test.
All right. You give me some background, sir.
Okay. You know, I met Kendall a few years ago or whatnot. And when I first met Kendall, Kendall was a good girl. You know, she had a good heart, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I looked her back up on Facebook. And that's when I found her. And
You found her?
I found her on Facebook.
She was lost?
Yeah. She was lost and she needed to be found by me. And
Wow.
so, you know.
See what I mean?
Well, you don't want to talk about he had a hold on you. Yeah, that
what I'm
man
saying,
don't
and he
talk
and he
like
uses
that.
that- and
Yeah,
he
you
uses that
want
to
to
his
pull his
advantage.
chest out, now he in there
And he
talking
uses
like
that to his
that,
advantage.
and ain't had a woman's sense. Go ahead.
Who? What's going on,
Go
sir?
ahead with your testimony.
Okay, so
You're
like,
talking big, I'm talking you down.
Okay.
I don't think you're as big as you say. Go ahead.
I can understand that, Your Honor. And so when Kendall was pregnant with this baby, I drove up and down the highway. I tore up 3 cars just to go sing ABCs to her stomach, an hour and a half away to this baby, 4 or 5.
You
6.
can't drive?
No, I drove
You say you
myself.
tow up 3 cars, though.
No, this, wear and tear on the car up and down the road.
Oh, wear and tear.
Wear and tear
You
on
say
the
you
car.
tow up.
Yeah.
That usually mean an accident.
Let my mom explain it. Tore up my car going back and
Got
forth,
it.
tore up cars. All right, so 2012, the baby came, and so I said, okay, Kendall, I'm gonna support you, whatever, you want to go to school, I'm gonna help you go to school, you want to go to work, you want to go do the CNA, I'm gonna drive a whole hour and a half and watch this baby for 8 hours.
No wonder he had a hold on you. He's a good man. You don't find too many good men like this now. You better go back to that hold on you. Go ahead, sir. I'm liking you more and more.
And so, okay.
But we gotta wait till we get to the end.
So, okay, for example, this when I said she's a good girl, she done turned bad, and so her phone had got stolen.
Oh, Lord.
And so now Kendall Marie goes over and beats up a grandmother, a child, and a rock roller, all through a screen door like this, over a $10 phone from...
Lex, don't do that, okay?
I'm just saying.
Don't do that.
You did that over a $10 phone. I said...
Because it was
the
my
very
daughter.
next day,
And your point about that
the very
is
next
what?
day I said I was going to give you an iPhone. My point is that Kendall was on 5 years probation. And then I'm holding this baby, and I wake up, there's 3 cops standing around me. And Kendall's like, Lex, get up, get up. I'm going to jail. I'm like, what is going on?
All right, let me ask you about the abuse she alleges, the verbal abuse.
Never.
Look at it right now. I was trying to put me down. I always got something negative to say.
That's not putting her down.
Yes, it is. You always got something silly to say. That's not what we hear about. We hear about
I never abused her.
you being there for our daughter from day one,
never.
and now all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, you don't care.
No, it's not
That's
like
what
that.
That's
I'm
why
hurt,
we here.
Kendall. I'm
hurt
hurt behind
too.
the fact
when
that
I told you,
you
when we were in
lied
the
to me.
hospital,
You lied.
we should have
She
subpoenaed
never
the nurse.
said this in the
Wait,
hospital.
Lex,
You
come
think
on now.
I'm a highly intelligent man. If you would have told me that in the hospital, if you would have told me it
Lex,
was
you
somebody
didn't sit
else.
there and say the baby look like my mama. This look like my dad. This dad Lex all over this baby.
No, I didn't.
So
Stop
what did
it.
happen
Stop it.
regarding paternity and parenthood, beginning
This is
with
what-
that
okay,
day,
this-
or
this is
was
what happened.
it
Stop wanting to
suggested?
be a part of the
this
baby
is
life.
what-
See, be quiet.
I'm-
She said that she suggested DNA and you refused it.
She suggested it, but I said, Kendall, you said there was no other man.
Okay, so you presumed it was yours. So what has happened since that time?
So the baby was born. I'm still beating the highway up, take care of this baby and my own that I got at home. I've been raising, I'm spreading myself thin on to be both of them, And so Kendall came to me and we was just sitting on the couch and she was at my house and she said, yeah, she was like, that baby don't look like you and the baby ain't even yours. I popped up off the couch like, what? This baby ain't mine. Why would you say this after 2 years?
So what happened after that?
So when
She
that
said that, and
happened,
how did you
I
react?
lost my dad. The same, probably 2 or 3 weeks later, my hero. Kendall came down. She said, I want the baby to see the family. I said, okay. I said, I got that DNA test you said we need to do. So we
Who
did
says this?
Nobody.
She did?
I bought the DNA test myself.
All right.
We was just down there preparing to bury my father.
What was the result?
And the results came back that the baby was not mine.
Ooh, can we talk about the circumstances around that, Your Honor? Okay, so like I said, we got people in the house giving their condolences. We outside in the car, me, him, and the baby. You just spring a test out of nowhere, like just silly. That's not even what we should be concerning ourselves with. And this is the first time that it has come up to me that he's ever had any doubt.
Okay. So what do you think about the
I
results?
take the swab. I get the swab. I swab my mouth in front of him. I reach in the back seat. I swab our baby mouth. Now it's his turn. I don't need you watching me swab my mouth. I was like, what is the big deal? I was like, you want to know so bad, go ahead.
Okay.
Just
What do
beating
you
around
think
the
of
bush.
the
Eventually,
results?
did I see him do it? No. I think that he sabotaged the test because
Okay.
he don't like me and he don't want to be a part of our daughter's life.
Okay, so you believe the child is his.
I mean, it's a possibility. Like I said, when me and him got back together, in 2011, I was in another relationship. I was in a 2-year relationship.
So why are you acting like it's likely
I'm not,
that
Your
that
Honor.
test was wrong?
Because I'm just saying, I'm saying that she favors him, she favors me.
Okay, but you just said it's a possibility.
Yes,
It's not.
and he knows this. He's known this
Your
since
Honor.
day one.
Your Honor, I never known that.
Anyone seen the picture of the other guy?
No.
Can't produce it. Never.
She obviously doesn't look like him.
I think she does.
She looks like the other guy.
They're both
And him.
They're both dark skinned. They both got full.
This is television here. Hold on.
Your Honor, I have pictures of the baby if you want
Let's
to
see it, please. Ma'am, come on. You need to come better than that. Show me a picture of the other man.
I don't have one.
And that's my other daughter that I've been raising for 10 years. On
To the right?
On the right. That's Easter.
I had a birth certificate that he signed. He know he the father.
Why y'all taking me through all this? You had a birth certificate? Sir, you signed it?
Under duress.
What is your emotional distress for, ma'am, before we get the DNA test? What is your emotional distress?
That he is all she knows. And to just cut her off at 3, it don't matter what the test say today. I'll let you know from the gate whether he wants to admit it or not. I told him, he took me out of a relationship, came and got me from this man's home and helped me pack my things. That next month I
What
was
has he
pregnant.
done to you to cause
This is
you
what he's done to me.
emotional stress?
It's hurting my daughter. I don't know what to tell her.
What part is
asking
hurting?
me.
What part is hurting her?
Where's my father? Where's my daddy? Who is
comes-
this?
you
When
said
he
he
hits me up
comes
on
to see-
Facebook and she sees his picture.
You say he comes to see her from time to time. even though
No,
you
that
don't-
was back then. He hasn't
Okay.
seen her in a while.
Okay. All right. Let's see the DNA test. Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I have
Don't start trembling now. And start, Your Honor, hold on before you bring that test.
This is my mother right here,
Yes,
man.
ma'am.
Can I
You
come
wanna
up and
say
say
something?
something,
Yes,
please?
okay. State your name.
I'm Linda Covington, and I just wanted to say, Judge Mathis, it's a privilege and an honor to be here, and I'm glad to see Kendall here. And I just want you to know, Kendall, that we are all mothers when it comes to the final analysis of the day. And I just want to say that we've always loved that baby. Kalia has been a joy to us, and I love all babies, whether she's our grandbaby or not. I just want to say that we're going to love her no matter what. So, you don't have anything to worry about, You want to bring the baby around us? We're always glad to have Kalia around.
Why didn't you take him to child support?
I have.
Enforcement.
I'm complying.
You went to child support enforcement.
I received a payment, not even the card to
Hold
receive.
on. Do you have an order
Yes, I
that
do.
he is to pay?
Yes.
And what is that order? How much?
They have not given me an amount on what they think.
So then
he
you
should pay.
don't have an
I have
order,
a case
ma'am.
number. I have
No, ma'am. You say you had an order. When I asked you to present it, you back away and say they haven't even told you how much he should pay. So I don't believe you. Just like no one should believe you that he is the father, because he's not.
Next year.
If you pay any child support, take it to child support agency and get your
my
money
money
back.
back.
Have a good day.
Kendall, can I give you a hug, Kendall? Oh, God bless you. Can you bring that baby around so you can have it? All right.
We're gonna be friends, Kendall.
Okay.
Kendall will always be my friend. We'll always be friends. You know that, man. It's unfortunately that the baby's not mine. I just, and I would like for the baby, the father, to come step up. Kendall knows.
And that's what he's gonna do.
He needs to step up.
I mean, I concur. We've been debating this for so long now. We finally know.
Finally know.
And I appreciate you for being there for the time that you was. But you already know I'm not the kind of woman that want to go in your pocket and make you take care of something that's not yours.